'n hartlike goeiemiddag aan elkeen van u hier op die United Independent Movement bladsy. Baie dankie dat u ingeskakel het. Dit is nou net so 1 minuut oor 12. Ek weet baie van u is nou met ete of 'n bietjie van 'n tee breekie en so aan. Ek het langs my 'n baie spesiale gas. Dis my ma. Haar naam is Mama Joyce of Auntie Joyce, maar ek dink sy verkies om Mama Joyce genoem te word. Ja. My ma hou baie groot. Jy weet sy vat haar ouderdom baie ernstig op. My ma word hierdie jaar die 10de Oktober word sy 79, maar sy is al klaar besig om haar 80ste verjaarsdag te laai.
Exactly.
Hallo julle, goeiemiddag almal. Ek kan nou nie sien wie sluit almal aan nie. Sê hallo vir die mense daar, Mama Joyce. So, ek gaan sommer met die deur in die huis val want ek weet ons mense het baie beperkte tyd en ek wil graag net, jy weet nie mense se data gebruik nie. Ons gaan vandag ek gaan Afrikaans praat. My ma gaan Engels en Xhosa en enige taal praat wat in haar gees inkom, né? Ek wil graag praat oor die senior burgers. Ek is baie bekommerd en ek weet Virginia Kepler dra daai selfde las op haar want sy's een van die kampvegters vir regte van ou mense, veral senior burgers wat hierdie stelsel vernalaat word, hospitale wat nie regtig vir hulle goeie diens gee nie. Kan maar so net so kort oorsig gee van want ek kan net praat van my oogpunt af, maar ma is nou self in die situasie. What are the challenges of senior citizens in this country?
Young, we are so disadvantaged, we senior citizens. Number one, starting from SASSA. That one is very important. We need to be maintained by whoever state is. Now, we normally were given 1,960 Rand per month by SASSA. But that is used by us older people. We share it with our grandchildren, and the parents are supposed to be getting this unemployment 350 or 700. They don't give it to us. We have to divide this 1,960 for our grandchildren.
Okay, laat ons net gou 'n disclaimer insit. Sy praat nie van haarself nie, want eintlik vir haarself sy kry hele 1,900 and whatever. En sy gebruik dit op haarself en haar kleinkinders. Sy koop vir hulle sweets en allerlei verkeerde goeders, maar my ma praat nou hier namens aller ou mense wat in situasies is waar hulle hierdie 1,960 Rand they receive every month. That is just your normal old age pension. Is there a difference between old age pension and disability pension? And can a senior citizen, for instance, apply for old age pension as well as disability pension? Can those amounts be combined? Or?
No, they can't be combined. It's either apply for disability pension on its own and old person's pension from the age of 60 upwards.
That in itself is a problem for me because it doesn't work because you are a senior citizen and you are disabled. So the government is supposed to give you for both, for being disabled and also a senior citizen. So that's the one issue that we have in terms of government, in terms of SASSA. Then, as she mentioned, a lot of senior citizens sit in a situation where they receive this 1,960 Rand and then they live with their adult children who also have children, right? And then those adult children apply for the unemployment SASSA, which is the 350 Rand. Né?
Yeah.
So then those adults take the 350 Rand and they squander it. They do with it whatever they want. And then they still expect the senior citizen to look after their children. Exactly. So kan julle sien die onreg wat gedoen word aan ons senior burgers. Baie ek is bewus van honderde duisende en die senior burgers is 'n heelwat 'n groot nommer, is 'n paar miljoen mense in Suid-Afrika wat senior burgers is.
And we've carried South Africa, we've carried, and the increment that they give us, when there's increment, they give us 10 rand extra. That's now the increment. Can you imagine?
10 rand or 10%.
10 rand. Honestly, 10 rand kry ons vir increment.
So elke jaar, wag. So elke jaar wanneer hierdie die sogenaamde president sy bek oopmaak en sê there's an increment or an increase for SASSA people, they increase it with 10 rand.
Yes.
Disgusting.
10 rand.
Absolutely disgusting. We should be ashamed. We should be ashamed to increase the monies or the SASSA grants for our senior citizens who has already labored in this country, paid their dues, paid their taxes, are still laboring in certain circumstances because they have no choice. And then this government, who is stealing, continuously stealing, increases the SASSA grant of our elderly with a 10 rand.
Yes.
Heerlikheid, wat koop 'n mens met 'n 10 rand? Laat ons gou kyk. Brood? Nee, brood kos nie 10 rand nie. Matches? Nee, daai hele box matches nie 10 rand. Melk kos nie 10 rand.
There's nothing.
Cyril Ramaphosa, jy moet jouself skam. Jy en al jou cronies wat so steel in die parlement. You know what grieves me the most, my mother? It is the fact that there are people sitting in parliament, they get a dik salary, hulle kry dik salarisse, and still it is important for them to steal.
Yeah.
They still steal. How deep is that greed really?
It's so bad. And now the other redress pension of ours, we who were nurses working for the government, we were disadvantaged those years from 61 up to 1998. They said they are going to give us pension redress from 1998. Those who were working from 61 up to 1998, we will be given pension redress. Pension redress is about people that worked during the apartheid years because we're not getting the same salary. It was a racial thing. We're not getting the same salary. All the non-whites were not getting the same salary as the other.
As the whites.
As the whites.
You see, we praat ons goed reg.
Yeah. So now they opened the pension redress, the GEPF, but it was not everybody that knew about this GEPF pension redress. So we didn't all apply, but those that applied, they were plus minus, I think they were plus minus 1 million maybe, but we were told that we don't qualify. I don't know why we didn't qualify, yet we worked during the apartheid. You know, they wanted us to give them our leave numbers and service certificate. What is that? Those years, our monies, we got them in an envelope and our names were written in a hardcover. After they've given you the money, you sign there. Nonsense. And when we went on maternity leave, we were just given 6 weeks and then you have to come back to work. And when you get to work, they told you, no, you don't have a job. You went off. We were given temporary posts. We remained in South Africa against all odds and we carried this country. We civil servants, pensioners. Now, they said they were, Mr. Jankies, we restarted CSPRM because they found out that lots and lots of people were not paid. Now we are applying. So Mr. Yankees and, what is he? I forget the name. But they are a committee that is trying to help us that government must reopen the redress, because how can you pay 500 people and say that was the redress? What about the millions? We are not counted because we don't have service certificates. The nurses that started after us, they had the service certificate because they were new. There was IT and there were things were downloaded. We don't have such things. That is why we are told that we don't qualify. But we are busy, CSPRM is busy requesting the government to reopen the application of this pension redress. They take our monies, they abuse our monies. Now we must please rapela, hey bathu amabasiniki imali yethu, ugovernment makasiniki imali yethu, and thina maxhokozana imadlana zethu zesasa sizifumanayo izizukulwana ziyathatha, sifumana 1960, and lo 1960 makufuneka kube khona i-increment bafake i-10 rand nje, and abantwana bethu sebefumana o-350 ngoku ngoba basebenzi, bayithathele 350 bowunqula ngayo bowuthanga amakhosikazi, thina sisale ekhaya sijonga abantwana babo. Ugovernment makasincede, and lo mali ayiphumi kuwe government, iphuma abantu ababhatala i-tax. Wena uyithatha nje imali uyihlome phaya, ayiphumi kuwe. Any party that is going to rule South Africa, this is the party, UIF. Mna bendinguye u-ANC, ndiniqalela nijongile, ndandinguye u-ANC kodwa akho nto enindenzele yona. That is why I've changed to UIM, United Independent Movement. Ngeyakabani nobani, umnyama, umhlophe, ucolored, uIndia, yonke uyangena. Nekitseni mo UIM basadi. Tlogelang gore hali tlogele ANC ka gore le ka se tlhole ne ba di tšhelete ga di tswe go bone, di tswa mo batho ba ba patalang tax. Tsena mo go UIM batsoge nna ke diaretlang ke na le 80, but ke batla go nna involved in this UIM because they are looking at our problems. Hayi masenzeni makhosikazi dirang.
You know what a lot of people say, our black families, they say, no, you will maar water. Van die water af van die strijkplank af. They say that, no, we don't want to vote for another party, because we don't want apartheid to come back. What do you say to people like that? Say it in Xhosa of Lesotho.
Bethu nithi anifuni uvotele enye ipati ngoba baza i-apartheid yabuya. Akho nto injalo, votelani i-UIM ngoba indodo unansika unil the BM shop nayo intombi yam ngu-VP. Nangu-VP intombi yam uphuma phesiswini sam. So musani ukuthi he anifuna uvotela umuntu omhlophe, akanivoteli umuntu omhlophe, nivotela ama-colored, ama-Indian, white and brown. Hayibo yekani ube nixokiso kini rata maka jana batho lini le botsadilo le ska re he nna ke sa tlhole ke tsena ANC salary. ANC o tsene dijara di fitile 30 years o re diretseng mpolelele ha le shebile ka montle mo South Africa le bona di tsela di magasa di ntludiwile ga gona se ba se dirang. Ni lebele ukuthi hayi i-ANC he nini yalala yekani i-ANC isenzele ntoni, iminyaka eyi-30 iyenze ntoni, izindlu zenazi inazi akho ne-bridges, abantwana bangene emanzini, they get drowned, and you still say ANC.
Toilets.
And akho ne-toilets, there are no toilets, there are no infrastructure, there's nothing. Ni libele ukuthi nifune ANC. Mna ndifuna ukuthi mandibhubha ntombi i-UIM ibe yiyo ebusayo. You hear me? Before I leave this earth, I want the UIM to be the party that rules South Africa because it is a fair party. Mna ndifuna ulala nje, ndifuna ulungisa.
Julle dink ek skel.
Ndifuna ulungisa madoda, hayi cha. tlogelang dilo batho ba modimo botsang
Walala wasala.
exactly walala wasala nna ke na 80 next year ke batla gore ha modimo a ntsha ke be party e be yone e leng ya mannete di-sase tsa rona di ye ko godimo le ditšhelete tsele tsa rona tsa manese tsa redress re di kry-e o janki supaya e-GEPF they are trying, Mr. Waits. They are trying, all of us, and you nurses, please stop saying CSPRM is fly-by-night. Register, fill in the forms so that you can be counted when we get our redress, God willing. Sign the form. Stop saying that CSPRM is fly-by-night.
Yeah. Yes, people, we know it's a mirror image, blah blah blah. Die cameras op 'n ander angle. Maar nie kyk na sulke klein goedjies nie man. Bottom line is this UIM, United Independent Movement. So baie dankie Mama Joyce. Ek hou van die verstaan julle waarvan kom my passie. Ons goed te begin praat en jy praat jy uit jou pop van jou sê. Jy bedoel wat jy sê. So you are actually a specialist in community development. I remember you when I was still a child with my sister. You used to go out to the rural areas and you would set up clinics and I don't even know if those clinics still exist. Because this new government must destroy alles wat hulle nie begin het nie and then they don't have a solution or an alternative. But your passion is community development and so. So I titled this segment as community involvement. But then you said something very interesting to me, wat my 54-jarige brein nie besef het nie. And that is that there's a difference between community involvement and community participation. Please download all that information to us.
Right. Community involvement, we can all say we're involved in this community of Israel or in the UIN. We're involved. But we need to participate. What are you doing in this UIN or the community where you are? You need to participate. We'll say, okay, I'm doing this. I'm going to do IT. So it's Pastor Services, doing IT, all the things that the skills that you have, you are going to apply them. And like last week, VP was talking about community development. There is no development that will take place without the community involvement and participation. Councillors are responsible because they're getting paid by the government. And they need to find out what does the community need where he or she is allocated. And then the needs will be listed. And the community members are supposed to be the ones that tell the councillor, please councillor, we don't have water, we don't have roads, we don't have this and this. We work with the community as well as the councillor because councillors are directly connected with the government. Now we are community members at grassroots level. Once that can be addressed by the councillors, South Africa will be number one. But now with the previous government, ANC, none of them knows about community development or involvement. They impose their knowledge onto people. They will say, I'm going to fix the roads. You must talk to the people, involve them. Human beings, they've got brains. They are leaders in their own homes, in their work, they're leaders. So community councillors must work together with their community members. We must take hands. I loved what Councillor VP said last week. I was so proud of my child because she explained to you what community development is. It is a process by which you try to engage the community in order to address a certain problem. If it's road, then you address that. If it's water, you address that.
Yeah.
Whatever the basic needs of a human being is food, water, sanitation. Those
Shelter.
3 things are so important. But they are left, the poor people, they don't have these things. Can you imagine? And the people in government, they have big houses. And we down here, especially the rural people, they've got nothing. We went to my plane the other day. The drums were still waiting in a queue, waiting for water. Water. Oh no. And people, you are my people. You forget where you come from. ANC and members, MP, you forget where you come from. Niyazazi bani phumaphi. Huh? Don't pretend as if that you don't know the problems of a community. Just because you're driving a Mercedes,
Maak regte goede.
Ja.
Hallo, SG, ek kan sien jou foto's daar. Kan net net sien wat hier geskryf staan hè. Hallo aan almal wat al ons UIM familie. Goeiemiddag, good afternoon to everybody. So I have my mother in the studio. This is the UIM studio, so by the way. And we're talking about, she spoke about the cries or the plea of the senior citizens in South Africa. There's so much lack in terms of planning, because there's a lot of old people that are living on their own because their children have moved out and so on. And then there are people that are destitute. They don't have places to stay. I have this idea that those 2 things can be merged and nicely managed by social development, etc. This is part of my ideas. And our president, Neil de Beer, the incoming president, Neil de Beer of South Africa, next year, he said in his SONA, the only SONA that actually made sense to me so far, that his vision is that our senior citizens will get 3,500 Rand instead of this 1,000. So we speak that into being.
Yes.
And then I'm just recapping for everyone that joined in right now. And then now we are talking about community development, community involvement and participation. It does not take money. Die gedagte van maar dit kost geld. No, it doesn't take. I don't want to talk about the stuff that I do, but there's things that I do without anybody even knowing. It doesn't cost me a cent. It costs me my time, my resources, and my energy. But because God has laid it on my heart, I do it. And there's so many other people in our communities with the community activist and community worker that I am today is because of I grew up with a mother who was involved in community all her life. So ek het dit van haar af gekry. I saw what she was doing in the community, educating people. Her focus was more social and development and skills transfer and so on. Ons het 'n organisasie gehad met die naam van Hope Training and Development Center, waar ons vrouens geleer het om naalwerk te doen en gordyne te maak en wat was die ander goed geweest, man? Ek kan nie die naalwerk onthou, want dis die klas wat ek
reupholstery, beading hand skills, how to start your business, and we worked there with the correctional services. En toe kom die ander mense, what is it people? Wat die man gesê, hulle die geld gesteel. Busasa came, and then our projects were nowhere to be found.
So all the good things that was happening, it was actually removed because that's a topic for another day. This government is not out to actually empower our people or to provide anything for our people. They actually want our people to be slaves, but not under the watchful eyes of the United Independent Movement. I am saying we are a growing entity. So I'm encouraging you this afternoon, please stop saying someone must do something. I always say it to you. You put up your hand and you start doing it. I am so proud of the UIM people, mense, onze families is besig om goedes te move, né? Daar in die Vrystaat is Kobus hulle besig, they are spreading the news of the UIM. Gister was ons in die Wesrand, hoor jy my ma gaan oral saam met my.
Ja.
Maak nie saak, want toch as ek van sê, ma, ons gaan gauw UIM, dan sê ek gaan saam. Okay?
Ja.
So sy gaan altyd saam met my wees want dis my ma se hartsbegeerte dat ons regtig in die parlement gaan sit en ons gaan volgende jaar in die parlement sit in die Kaap. Mense al wat ek julle wil vra is maak kontak met ons mense, né? Met hoofkantoor. Daar's een dame spesifiek wie se naam ek gaan noem. Haar naam is Diane. Sy gaan julle kan help om julle te plaas in die regte supporters groups, right? That's as dit nou hier net in Gauteng, ek gaan net verwys na Gauteng. Ons het 'n Tshwane groep, ons het 'n Wesrand groep, ons het 'n Ekurhuleni groep, ons het 'n Johannesburg groep, ons gaan binnekort 'n Johannesburg Suid en 'n Sedibeng groep hê. Al daai groepe is ons campaign groepe, okay? Maar daar in die Weskaap is daar ook ander groepe. In KZN is daar groepe, in die Vrystaat is daar groepe. Ons wil bitter graag groter gaan in die Noord-Kaap en in die Noordwes en in Mpumalanga.
Yes.
Maar die persoon wat julle kan skakel, ek gaan nou 'n naam, 'n nommer gee. Dit is Diane, haar nommer is 076 4822 426. That's Diane. If you'd like to be added on one of our support groups to start participating, I'm going to get to participating now. Her number is 076 4822 426. Okay, so we are now at this stage where the UIM is concerned in terms of elections next year, 2024. Ek doen niks as dit nie te doen het met die UIM nie. Ek doen zotol as dit nie te doen het met 2024 nie. So as jy my nooi om iets te kom doen, om iewers te kom praat, glo dit, weet dit, ek gaan kom met 'n UIM modus operandi, weet dit net. As jy my nooi vir ete, ek gaan UIM doen. As jy my nooi vir 'n bridal shower of vir 'n baby shower, ek gaan UIM blokkies in jou baby se neppies gooi. But I will be doing UIM only. So I expect the same from you as our members. I would like to only speak to you as members. You are partners of the UIM. I need you to also buy your regalia, get your t-shirt, get your cap, get your whatever. Go out there, partner with the other people that are in your area, become part of that team and go out. I am done explaining Neil de Beer to people. Ek is jammer as ek afjakkerig klink. Ek dink die persoon is nou besig om te kyk. Maar as jy vir my nou op dese oomblikke inbox en vir my sê, maar Neil de Beer in die verlede was hy deel van die nasionale party en hulle was apartheid. Maar nee, Neil de Beer, kan jy hom nog vertrou want hy was deel van Umkhonto weSizwe. Hou op om vir jou besig te hou met rubbish. Daai is Neil de Beer se geskiedenis. Wat is jou geskiedenis? Hy is nou besig om te werk op die hede, teenwoordige tyd en in die toekoms wil hy ook 'n verskil maak. So moenie vir my kom vra van Neil de Beer nie. Hy is my broer, hy is die president van die United Independent Movement. En ek sal jou blok as jy rubbish wil praat oor hom. As jy nie vir my wil sê, ek wil graag deel raak van die United Independent Movement nie, moenie met my kommunikeer oor nonsens nie. Jy kan my vra oor, waar kan ek betrokke raak? Jy kan my enigiets vra rondom wie, wat, waar en hoe. Ek sal vir jou direk na die regte mense toe. As jy kan vir my sê, Fatima, as dit 'n probleem hier, ek kan jou direk na die regte counsel toe. As jy vir my sê, Fatima, ons sukkel met die, ek kan jou direk, maar as jy wil skinder en as jy wil negatiewe goed te praat van Neil de Beer, jy maak jou laat. Ek gaan jou nip, ek gaan jou afswitch by die main switch. Okay? Maar julle moet 'n fantastiese dag hê. Maar nog iets sê.
I just wanted to invite people, whoever wants my help, as Fatima said, with community development, we did health education. Talking about children, talking about the youth, and starting food gardens, whatever health education information you want, I would come to Ek hoop maar net is daar vir en taung.
Wag, hold up. I will come through this ma's a driver.
Wie is die
Ek
Uber?
is die Uber driver.
Die Uber driver. Maar ek sal.
Ons sal 'n Zoom ding doen as dit te ver is.
Okay, ja, nee. You see, ek is a BBT, born before technology.
Is dan nou, ons gaan nou iewers om
Okay.
een van ons leiers te ontmoet. So, weet jy.
Ek gaan saam. Ek wil alles sien. I want to see everybody. I want to go with VP.
Yesterday, mense kan nie eens 'n skelmpie iewers.
No way, wat is skelm? Jy moet werk. My magtig. Ek gaan saam met haar worry.
Toe maar, that's next
Wherever she
skelmpie.
goes,
My heart
that's
is
community
with
development. I'm so excited, UIM members, that the Lord gave me a chance to be able to participate in this UIM and to express my knowledge, to give my knowledge about what I did previously. Die Here is goed vir my.
Amen.
Bye.
Maar suster, mag net nog nie so baie.
Also.
Ek wil nog Marla Zey se nommer gee. Marla Zey is ons kontak vir hy. Jene, nou het ek nou nie haar nommer nie. Fooi tog, laat ek net gou kyk hierso. Ek gebruik nou my ander foon. Marla Zey. Ek hoop julle het vandag se praatjie geniet, mense. Tog. Okay, so kan iemand gou daarso Marla Zey se nommer net post, want ek het dit nou net gehad, maar nou het ek dit ook nie meer nie. Ek dink Jacques is online. So, post asseblief. Marla Zey is ons dametjie wat werk met die membership. Okay, she does membership. But if you can't get through to her, we've got a whole team. We've got Steve Spencer, who can also direct you to the correct people. Gee gou maar se van gaan daar op Gauteng. Hy fooi toe. Daar sê. Marla Zey se nommer is 064 507 9389. Marla Zey, she's got to do with membership, okay? 064 507 9389, and then please contact her. If you would like to become a member, she will assist you and so on. I know we will soon be so big that we will have a team of people that does the membership and so on. But hang in there, participate, become part of the family, partner up with the UIM, and let this party grow, and let's make a difference in South Africa, not for today, but for the future. Okay, maar Joyce, sy gaan saam. Ek dink
Ek gaan saam. Kyk, ek het haar nou gehelp met Marla Zey se nommer op my selfoon. Sê dit sy gehad. Sien. Daar is dan.
Ja, ek het my ma nodig. Jana. Sy gaan saam, as haar tweede naam. Ek gaan saam. Bye-bye, God bless you.
Blessings.